This is Mr. Millner's Sexual Reproduction in Angiosperms song. The first 4 verses, I must admit, are not verses that I wrote myself. They were written in the 1950s by some other science teacher somewhere else, but the song continues on for a further 16 verses, which are about sexual reproduction in the angiosperm. There are 4 important sections in a flower, There are 4 important sections in a flower. The calyx and corolla, the stamen and the pistil. There are 4 important sections in a flower. The calyx is the section of the flower. It's the outer leaf protection of the flower. The calyx is the section whose function is protection. The calyx is a section of the flower. The corolla is the blossom of the flower. It provides the scent and color of the flower. The color and the scent do exactly as they meant to, attracting birds and insects to the flower. There's a pollen-bearing organ in the flower. There's a pollen-bearing organ in the flower. It's time we were explaining the purpose of the stamen. It's the pollen-bearing organ of the flower. Now the pistil has the ovule for the seed, and the stamen has the pollen that it needs. The calyx and corolla, the stamen and the pistil, every section has a function, yes indeed. Now the flower, it is made of many cells, many cells. The flower, it is made of many cells, and by dividing by mitosis, the flower, it does grow itself from a tiny bud into a nice big flower. And the plant it is attached to is made of cells, and the plant it is attached to is made of cells, and by dividing by mitosis, the plant it does grow itself into a mature plant that can bear seed. Inside each cell there is a nucleus. Inside each cell there is a nucleus, with a nuclear membrane for protection of the same DNA inside each cell, inside the plant and flower. Now DNA is one big molecule, divided into sections they call genes, that carry information for the cells and plants formation, that tell it when to grow and when to seed. Now the pistil has the ovule for the seed, and the stamen has the pollen that it needs, which is carried through the air from over here to over there by the birds or bees or even by the breeze. In the stamen and the pistil cells do grow by a special method you will have to know, not mitosis but meiosis. They divide their nucleuses into gametes, for this you will have to know. There's a gamete in the ovule for the seed, and a gamete in the pollen that it needs. When they do get together, these cells do join together to make a zygote that becomes an embryo. The embryo, it grows inside the seed, safe inside the ovule of the flower. It grows now by mitosis and divides its nucleosis into daughter cells that grow inside the flower. And when the seed is ready, it's dispersed by birds or bees or even on the breeze. When it falls onto the ground in the soil it is found, so it waits till spring or summer comes around. And when the time is right for it, it grows. It germinates, and a new plant it shows. If it's lucky it survives, and by mitosis grows and thrives. It divides its nucleoses and it grows. And when the time is right for it, it flowers. And when the time is right for it, it flowers. The calyx and corolla, the stamen and the pistil, there are 4 important sections in a flower. There are 4 important sections in a flower, There are 4 important sections in a flower. The calyx and corolla, the stamen and the pistil, there are 4 important sections in a flower. And of course this song just goes on and on and on, repeating itself generation after generation after generation. and that is the Angiosperm song.